I Knew You Were Coming by Patricia Krenwinkel. I knew you were coming into my life. Faith, you might say. During the youthful years, I sat on the sink, facing the mirror, with the bathroom door locked, of course, just to stare. Baby, pudgy, fleshed-faced, gazing at the one in the glass, wondering which side of the reflector the real me was on. I always asked, who am I? But just the wide eyes and amused smile responded as I jumped down, forgetting till another day, because the team was waiting in the street, baseball and laughter. I believe I was once a child, a formed and needed soul, made in the likeness of a million, zillion before me. Small people placed in the position of having to ask about life, but having asked or referred to a new doll for the answers. I, like all children, had a new bike each year, and at home, TV made me fall in love with ever new dreams delivered by Campbell soup cans and Ajax cleanser. We grew through the years, same schools, same Christmas stocking stuffers, same Easter basket fillers. We stuck together out of fear, afraid, though we never spoke of it, exchanging shallow and superficial items, new dance steps, praising loud singers, debating philosophies that were soggy with years of littered recycling. We were killing each other, and after each good night, I dreaded making plans for tomorrow, because each time I looked further than the instant, there were always the same meaningless encounters. I begged, friendless. Oh, friends, we called ourselves, and we spent hours searching for new, exciting ways to say nothings to one another, ways to demean each other, while pulling out bottles of Red Mountain over a barbecue, toasting with a cheer to us. I was dying, and each corner of my apartment, my cage, was held together by a check banked at a branch of America, giving me the convenience of a new Twinkie added to my shelf, next to the beans and tortillas, sometimes eggs, occasionally highlighted by a company picnic, which any respected corporation offers its employees and their families. A policy to flirt with the young upcoming presidents, an office to which everyone aspired. $0 a month to park my car, spend a few hours on a crowded freeway that always led home. Awaiting there, the same mirror, the same sink, patiently viewing Revlon's best, and the same face asking questions. Cold beach sand, a block from my apartment. The nearer the water, the louder I spoke. Free from others hearing, listening, as I paced restlessly, cursing into the infinite sea, which resounded and perpetually beat at my own heart. I struck at God for his unnatural Eden, which my parents had thrust me into and reared me to expect, while, at the same time, forcing me to escape my secluded neighborhood. My supplications were engraved atop the gray matter under my skull, where I heard repetition form the grooves deep, deep as my disillusioned self. The ocean only angered me because it answered my mind queries in rattling jargon and pre-recorded ramblings, forcing me to punch a way through its foreign words. Alien, yes, yet ceaseless with the responses. I knew you were coming into my life. Faith, you might say. My need for you aligned, unnoticed with the patterns of our being. Perhaps it was the evening quiet that bent its ear to my conscious prayer. Away from Mom and Dad, away from the reflected face. A little older, a little thinner, but not really changed. Your apartment, and a salute to days forecast for the future. Perhaps a successful flight from bleakness. Hi as an introduction. Flooded rivers of thought spilled into a different ocean. A new sea. You became my walks, my talks alone, not replying as the tides, rather as a rain spilled down from over the peak of my head into my eyes, and then my heart. You bathed me in a meeting of longing, but I didn't know how to act. How does one respond when an empty void becomes engulfed by an intangible solid? I fumbled, but the fumbling placed me in your notice, and your response moved stability within me, brought out familiarity, which had previously only been shared with self. You reached behind the starving affection, called slowly, never prodding or coaxing. I was eased to see, feeling safe as I fled the harmful quietude I had shrouded myself in for a swim in you. I was bound tight, awkward, pleading. It was written into you, and there was no need to speak. We left, walked dimly lit streets a while, understanding, then under my roof, which would only shelter my body for a day or two more. Touch. Your hands were warm against me, and I wanted you to love me. I wanted thoughts turned into motion. I wanted to run, stand, fight, surrender. I wanted to dispel perversions, customs, mores, multitudes of programmed sensations that I felt should be mine to accept or reject. Perhaps a performance, make a play of it, be as the romantic fictional thoughts that had bent my confusion into dreams, hopes that might lay themselves clean. You knew, and I, embarrassed, lay trembling, crying in your lap. You ran your fingers through my hair, asking simply, "Do you want to make love?" It was mysteriously quiet, and I felt certain you had heard the rambling inhibitions making their transitions within me. You lifted my face with your hands, kissed my lips, and brought forth a calm yes. Rigid at first, but your hands began a dance, pouring heat through me with your fingertips, removing a blouse, the remaining garbs, placing them at the foot of my bed. Then you were bare, and my eyes crossed over you swiftly. Adonis, Apollo, Mars? No. Not even Paul Newman. None of those were you, for you were real. Your hair lay upon my neck, and from there you moved your tongue to my breasts, then rested your face and listened to my heartbeat, speeding to the summons of my nerve ends. You penetrated, not painfully, more so letting it happen. The blankets beneath me, previous holders of my muffled tears, now held our meeting. I reached to assist, but with light pressure. You told me this was to be your motion. Need was not a part, nor physical. Holding to you, I gave up to experience. I knew you were coming into my life. Faith, you might say.